Hey everyone, it's Mike. I review nootropics and talk personal development, and during this video today you're going to learn about nootropics that you can take for better sleep. There's so many different supplements out there that are promised to help you achieve better quality of sleep, so I do want to slowly address them one by one and just give you my thoughts. Firstly, ashwagandha. I would rate it maybe 3 out of 10. For me anyway, it hasn't been too effective in improving sleep. I more so like it just to help me with cognition, even overall levels of stress. Next would be Gotu Kola. This one I don't really like. I would rate it 2 out of 10. I don't really feel good on it. I actually feel bad on it. I feel a little bit low energy after I take it. It's not the type of feeling that I want prior to going to bed, but it does have some good benefits with improving your body composition. Next would be Valerian root. I would rate Valerian root 6 out of 10. I actually like it. It's just that it's not as effective as I would want it to be. But you would take it the same way you would take melatonin. You would take it maybe 1 to 2 hours before bed. It'll relax you. It's not something you would want to take before driving home, for example. But with valerian root, I mean, once you run out of the stuff, it's not necessarily like you'll be that eager to go and purchase more of it. The next would be Phenibut. I'd rate this 7 out of 10. It's very effective, I won't lie. But as most of you know, Phenibut does have a lot of side effects, and it can actually result in you getting addicted to it, which we wouldn't want because this is something really strong and it does have horrible withdrawals that you can read up on online. Next would be L-Theanine. I would rate L-Theanine 5 out of 10 specifically for helping you with sleep because it's not that effective, but what's neat is that this is a naturally occurring nootropic, you can say. It's an amino acid that's found in green tea, and it does help you to relieve anxiety, relieve stress, allows you to have a little bit more energy, and helps you specifically when you're using caffeine. So I'm going to share with you 5 nootropics that for me have been very helpful to get a better sleep quality, and this helps you in so many ways, not only mentally but physically as well. Better sleep has been proven to help you fight off carbohydrate cravings, help you with building more muscle, help you with lose fat, and really optimize your hormones as far as ghrelin, leptin, testosterone, cortisol, and more. The first would be, and this is in no specific order, would be a lemon balm extract. You can find this in a capsule form. This is from Nootropics Depot. A simple dose of 500 milligrams you would take within a couple hours of going to bed. And what you'll find is that you'll be a little bit more relaxed. It's easier to kind of shut off your mind, especially if you're somebody with racing thoughts or somebody who tends to think about everything that's happened during the day and may not have the ability to kind of tune off. That's where this is pretty helpful. I've been using this now for 30 days and I found that I'm actually able to get less sleep and have the same amount of energy and work ethic. And what's neat is that this is a relatively healthy nootropic. Almost think of it like being a tea. The second nootropic that I'm personally using before going to bed is Tribulus terrestris. This is the Now Sports brand. I really like this stuff a lot. I found that this one brand is very effective for me, but I've tried Tribulus from other vendors. I've tried the All-Max version and some other well-known brands and have not had the same benefits. So with this, you take 1 gram within, again, an hour of going to sleep. And the promise with Tribulus is that it's supposed to slightly increase your testosterone levels. However, most people would not notice that working. Only for somebody that maybe is on borderline low testosterone or low to mid testosterone, you may notice a slight mood improvement and you'll wake up again more rejuvenated. And what makes this particular nootropic unique is that you can not only take this before bed, but you can as well take it in the morning, and you'll find that it has this nice build-up effect. After about 2 weeks of use, you'll find pretty much all the feelings you would have of getting a higher testosterone level, as far as sexual drive, as far as your ambition to go and lift weights. One sign that you are getting better sleep is having dreams, and having more dreams, having longer dreams, or just finishing your sleep knowing that you actually had a dream. And I found that objectively, after using Tribulus for years now, I found that I'm more likely to have dreams when I take it. So I always prefer it, and when I take it out of my stack, I can tell that my sleep was not as good than it would have been if I had used Tribulus. The third nootropic that I like for having better sleep is actually a few nootropics. It's ZMA, and if you're unfamiliar with ZMA, it's zinc, it's magnesium, and it's vitamin B6. So even if you were to take them individually, I think most people realize that magnesium is one of the most popular things out there for getting better sleep. Yet I have found that for about 20 to 30% of individuals, they don't notice it working. However, the science behind zinc is so strong as well. So when you combine these two together, I'm not really too sure about the B6, as most people already are getting sufficient B vitamins, so they don't necessarily need it before bed. But these two specifically, zinc and magnesium, will result in you definitely getting a better quality of sleep, and they're relatively safe. Even if you are to take more than the recommended dosage, you should experience good benefits, a good feeling of overall just healthiness. And there's benefits with these even outside of improving your sleep. Like, it's been proven that zinc actually helps you to decrease gray hairs, and magnesium also helps you in the weight room and helps you with your overall energy level. So I think there's nothing wrong with this nootropic. And keep in mind, guys, that when I look at my nootropic stack, I'm looking for things which have the least amount of side effects to be concerned with, because I'm using these nootropics along with many others, so I don't want any anxiety or concern about having negative interactions. All right, nootropic number 4 would be 5-HTP. This is a very powerful nootropic specifically for mood. I don't recommend it all the time, but what's so is with 5-HTP, think of it like an immediate boost of serotonin. That's what it does. Almost like how L-Tyrosine is an immediate boost of dopamine. What 5-HTP will do is help to improve your mood, and it's noticeable because you'll find that any sort of stress you've experienced in the day or kind of like bad emotions are suddenly gone. I'm not exaggerating. And you'll also find it has this neat effect of reducing your appetite, like suppressing it, especially with carbohydrate cravings. It's been one of those commonly known supplements to help you, especially if you're somebody that experiences like bad binge eating behavior, and that's been effective for me. So not only is it going to prevent you from going for that bedtime snack or that bedtime dessert, but it's going to induce you to be in this state of calmness, relaxation, and allow you to get a better sleep as a result. This is something though, just because of serotonin syndrome and the fact that most people don't really need something to boost their serotonin, I wouldn't recommend it, although it can be powerful in specific instances. Like even a small dose of taking 50 milligrams or 100 milligrams really works well for me, but I'm somebody that has a relatively low tolerance to nootropics and 5-HTP in itself. This is the Jamieson brand. It's 100 milligrams per capsule. I've not actually found that the brand itself matters too much with 5-HTP. This is a pretty small pill, and you can know with confidence that it is effective, as 5-HTP is used in a lot of different blends that are promised to help you have better sleep. All right, nootropic number 5 for achieving a better quality of sleep would be melatonin. And I think this is the one that people are most familiar with. I don't recommend melatonin. I actually give it a thumbs down, but you can't ignore the fact that it's probably the most effective supplement for inducing a better quality of sleep and helping you to wake up very rejuvenated. So what's so with melatonin? It has its pros, it has its cons, and it's something that I'm only using maybe like twice a month, if that, because it's really hit or miss. It's horribly inconsistent. The brand does actually matter a lot with this particular one. Some types of melatonin have actually caused me to wake up in the middle of the night, whereas some brands of melatonin, even a low dose, helps me to have a much better quality of sleep and allows me to sleep less and still experience the same benefit as far as memory consolidation, waking up knowing that I slept well, and feeling good levels of energy throughout the course of the day. Now, I am not entirely against taking melatonin because it does have its purposes. A specific way in which I would use melatonin is if I'm feeling a bit jet lagged, if I'm traveling, or if it's one of those days where I want to wake up a little bit earlier than usual. Like if you're somebody that's always waking up at 9 and you have one day where you need to wake up at 6 a.m., then melatonin, it can be a good idea to take maybe like 1 to 2 milligrams. You'll wake up a bit more recharged and you'll find it easier to get to bed a lot quicker. But be careful with melatonin. Don't drive after you take it. Take it maybe like 1 to 2 hours before bed, even less than that. Although do be careful because it may just lead you to want more melatonin and you'll end up being in this vicious cycle where you're just taking melatonin every single day and you need to take more and more and more. And it comes to the point that obviously it's just not healthy. Here's a neat product here called Qualia Night, and what they've done is they've added over 15 ingredients together in order to make this nootropic blend. But if we look at the ingredient profile, they've got vitamin B, magnesium, reishi, holy basil, and this list goes on. This is a pretty neat nootropic blend. One of my favorites though is called Dream Water, which I made a video that I will link over here. It's like a 5-hour energy. They sell at the gas stations, and you find that when you do take that stuff, within about an hour, you'll feel really drowsy and you'll get a good night's sleep. However, because it does contain melatonin, that's not something ideal you want to take every day. Hope that was helpful, everyone. I'm sure that I've missed out on a number of nootropics, so you're welcome to comment below if you like my thoughts on any particular nootropic specifically designed to help you with sleep. The way I'm going to end you off with is an insertion of a video that I've made on 5-HTP. You may find that helpful, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time. And keep on working on my mindset all the time versus having to kind of rely on this 5-HTP, because that's what it is. It's like a bandage to your problems and you're not able to really address them. Sometimes you kind of need to get down emotionally in order for you to configure things and find out what to do moving forward in order for you to prevent mistakes or failures like